Show. Now, here is the radio voice of Kingsmen baseball, Stephen Stone.
Thank you, Jackson Taylor. Good evening, Kingsmen faithful. Welcome into another edition of Kingsmen Baseball. I'm Stephen Stone, as he just told you. Right to my right is Griffin Leonard, and of course, Seth Thieves here tonight, giving the crowd at the ballpark the starting lineups. The Catawba Valley Stars have come to call tonight. They made it. They got the bus fixed. We're ready to go. They're warming up. Kingsmen are warming up, and we'll step aside, come back. We'll get the thoughts of Coach Hudak on last night's game and what lies ahead for the Kingsmen after this on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rockville Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball. Joined right now in the Kingsmen pregame show by the head coach of the Kingsmen, Joe Hudak. And Coach, last night's game was just about as good a game as you could see at any level, anywhere, anytime, any place.
It was a good game, back and forth. Both teams played well, and game was on the line down to the very end. So glad we came out on top.
Well, it's always good to talk about a win with you. It always makes your
Absolutely.
disposition all the more cheery and sunnier, of course. Tonight, the Catawba Valley Stars come to town. They were supposed to be here last Friday. Bus broke down. I see we got it fixed, and they're behind me warming up.
Yeah, they're here, and we always play them 4 or 5 times a year. Always have good games with them. Marvin Speaks is their head coach. He and I think, if you put our two ages together, I think that we are the oldest tandem in the history of baseball in the United States.
At any level.
He's 76 and I'm 75, so we got 151 years
that's pretty
of
good
experience. I don't know if anybody has us beat or not.
I don't think so. I think you're pretty safe for the time being. Just keep doing what you're doing, you and
Marvin both.
Yeah.
Let's talk about tonight who we have going to the mound.
Well, we're going to do something a little different tonight. So I think I might have mentioned to you last night that we got Nick George back with us. And, Nick has pitched with us for a couple of years. He had back problems, and then he had Tommy John surgery, and he just got cleared to pitch on June 8th. And he's thrown in one game up in Virginia. And so we need to ramp him up, and so he's going to start for us tonight. Aiden Bisbano was scheduled to start, but, I don't like not knowing when Nick's going to come in and him not knowing and knowing where the opportunity is going to be there. So I thought the easiest thing for us to do is to start him. He'll be on about a 30-pitch limit, right? And then Aiden will come in. So, Nick's a great kid. He's been with us again years, and love the kid and glad he can get back down here. And you know, our goal for him is just to build him up. He's been at Fairmont State the last 2 years.
Right.
He's looking to go to school down here, so we want to get him healthy. We want to get him seen, and one of my big jobs for the summer is hopefully find him a place to play. So looking forward to him throwing tonight, starting, but then Aiden Bisbano will come in.
All right, so Aiden has no problem with this at all, other than he gets to enjoy about an inning or two of the game.
Doesn't matter whether he has a problem with it.
Well,
Doesn't matter
what I
whether he
mean,
has
no.
a problem with it. No, he actually has pitched in relief all of his college career.
Right.
He was a closer at Mount Olive, and so yeah, he's fine with it. He'll. I told him, hey, Nick's on 30 pitches. Could be the first inning, could be the second inning. You just got to be ready, and he will be. He's a great kid, and he's ready to go. So yeah, looking forward to certainly seeing Nick throw. Haven't seen him throw for a couple of years. And, hopefully he does a good job for us and we can get him healthy.
Yeah, where I was going with that was that he was happy for Nick.
Well, he is happy for Nick.
No one was doubting your authority, Mr. President, I assure you.
That's exactly right. I don't have to post anything on Truth Social here about
not at all.
Now. Come on. But, yeah, he has no issues with it. He's known Nick as well. Aiden played for us for the last 2 years as well. So, he knows Nick's situation and, happy to help support him anyway.
Well, we're going to close out our homestand tonight with the Catawba Valley Stars. We'll hit the road Saturday night down to Joanna to face the Hornets, who we had such a great game with last night, and can only hope for more of that. It seems to be so far a pattern with the Hornets this year, because the previous game that we had with them was another one of those seesaw deals.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the games we've won. The Hornets been two close ones. I think 6-3 and 7-5. So yeah, we'll get down there and play at their place. The summer is just flying by. We only have 6 games left here before we go to the Dominican. We got 2 the rest of this week. We got 3 the following week, and then following week's the 4th of July. So we're off. We only have 1. Right. So yeah, we've got 6 games, and then 2 weeks from tomorrow we head to the DR. So. Been a great summer, great group of guys, and I really have loved being with them.
It always is, but you're right, it goes way too fast for my liking.
Yeah, it does. I know you're a baseball guy through and through, and we've been doing this for a long time, so I know you look forward to it.
I do indeed. Well, Coach, good luck tonight. We'll look forward to talking to you Saturday night about the win here tonight and Saturday night's game as well.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Stephen.
All right, thank you. Head Coach Joe Hudak of the Kingsmen will step aside, take care of some business. We'll come back with our starting lineup. Some first pitches on the way. It's the Kingsmen and the visiting Catawba Valley Stars. They're next on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Like we'll still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Stephen Stone. We bring in Griffin Leonard at this time as the Kingsmen get ready for the Catawba Valley Stars. And, of course, coaches headed to the plate right now to visit with the umpires for tonight, a two-man crew, as we get ready to get this one away. But I tell you got to go some to top last night's thrower, and it was that.
Yeah, the Kingsmen won a tight one last night. It was only their second game that ended in a save on the mound. Of course, being a closer game than we've seen from most, but the Kingsmen got their 8th win of the season, 7-5 over the Joanna Hornets, so they'll see again on Saturday. And now you got to turn the page over here to your second meeting against the Catawba Valley Stars. Kingsmen took care of business the last time these two teams faced off, and it was primarily due to a big second inning, if you can believe it. The second inning was kind of the Kingsmen. They scored 9 and ended up winning the game that was scheduled to be played for 9 innings. Mm-hmm. They won that game in 7. Now we're playing 7 here tonight, and we'll see how many we end up actually being out there for.
Well, yeah, exactly. There's been something about the second inning, and you mentioned it saliently a week or two ago, and we just continue to watch this pattern every game they're in. Second inning turns into a big inning, so hopefully we don't jinx that tonight, and they'll turn it in again. But if we do, I'm going to blame you.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure I deserve it.
You're younger. You can take it. You're tougher than I am at this point. Starting lineups tonight for the visiting Stars, they'll have Walker Hartley, the leadoff man at shortstop. He's followed by the second baseman, Ethan Antonor. Bernard Creaky is the DH batting third, who we all know. Asafa Jones, the center fielder, will bat cleanup tonight. Michael Good is the third baseman. He's followed by Jackson Steele, the right fielder. Mason Becker will be in left tonight, batting seventh, followed by Jericho Jones, the first baseman, and Kai Finch, is the catcher in the number 9 hole. Hartley, Antonori, Creaky, Jones, Good, Steele, Becker, Jones, and Finch for the visiting Stars. They, of course, will have on the mound for them tonight a gentleman we saw a few weeks ago, Austin Dunlap, will get the start tonight for the Catawba Valley Stars. For the Kingsmen, Riley Darby will lead it off at second base, followed by the shortstop Brady Yarborough. Alan Benhart in left field again tonight, batting third, followed by the center fielder Josh Jackson. Mason Ritzema is the catcher, batting fifth, followed by the first baseman Davis Anders. Tristan Harless is the right fielder. He's followed by Christian Burney in the third baseman, and Aiden Bisbano is listed as the DH, but also will come in to pitch here shortly. As you just heard Coach Hudak mention, Nick George will come out for about 30 pitches, and just kind of getting back to work. It's been a long time in coming for Nick, and I know he's excited and he's waiting for it, and you probably had a chance to spend some time with him earlier today.
Yeah, a little bit. He just got into Gastonia a couple of nights ago. Actually, the first thing he did was pull up to my apartment because he's a good friend of Nick Osborne, one of the assistant coaches and a guy who pitched in the game yesterday.
Right.
So they were excited to see each other. George knows a number of these guys that are third-year players because he played with the team in 2024. And, it's always good that first time stepping back out on the mound after you've been hurt and you've been away from the game, having to watch from the sidelines. That's tough. As an active player, you want to be out there with your guys. So it's good to see Nick's back out there today. We'll see how he looks as he slowly works his way back into full strength.
And he's been looking forward to it, so it's got to feel good for him, and we're just moments away from that. Again, the starters for the Kingsmen: Darby, Yarborough, Benhart, Jackson, Ritzema, Anders, Harless, Burney, and Bisbano. And as we mentioned, Nick George, he gets to start tonight for the Kingsmen. I haven't seen anything yet, Seth. I'm looking too. We're waiting for the signal from Coach Hudak downstairs at the dugout, which He gave a few times last night, but it's all right. We're watching for him now, and of course, the minute you start focusing on it, it doesn't happen. It's like mice. You turn on the lights and they scatter. It's one of those kind of deals. 83 degrees as we get ready to start this one here tonight. Sunny skies, not a cloud in the forecast or way of rain, so that's a good thing. We won't see any of that in this area until maybe, I emphasize and underline, maybe Friday. But it doesn't matter because we don't play till Saturday and we're on the road anyhow. So it all works out if you let it. So we've had our starting lineups. The Catawba Valley Stars are ready. You're ready. I'm ready. Apparently Coach Hudak is not yet, but will soon be. And I don't want to prattle on, so I'll just go to some ads here, which is always the radio man's best friend. We'll come back, hopefully, with first pitch, or at least we'll update you what's happening here at the ballpark. It's the Kingsmen, the Catawba Valley Stars. They're next on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you'll forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Like we'll still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with... Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top...
Well, welcome back to the ballpark as we just concluded our national anthem and we get ready for some action here between the Catawba Valley Stars and your Kingsmen baseball team. And teams are on the field right now. Kingsmen in their white breeches with the gold jerseys with the black trim and lettering with white. And dressed in red tonight are the Catawba Valley Stars. Their road attire with the white trim and lettering. And take you through the first several innings is our good friend Griffin Leonard. Griff?
Thank you very much, Stephen Stone. Let's go one more time through the defensive alignment for the Kingsmen. Alan Benhart in left, Josh Jackson in center, Tristan Harless in right, Christian Burney, the third baseman, Brady Yarborough at short, Riley Darby at second, and then Davis Anders is the first baseman. Mason Ritzma behind the dish for his 11th game of the year. And as mentioned, Nick George set to throw his first pitches in a couple of years for the Kingsmen. It is an unchanged starting lineup, both defensively and in order of where they'll hit from last night's win. The same 9 in the same spots, including Bisbano, who will pitch, as Steven mentioned just a few minutes ago. We're looking forward to another Kingsman baseball game here at York Comprehensive High School. Time starting to tick on the 2026 season, so we're thankful that you're here with us tonight as the Kingsmen battle the Catawba Valley Stars. Walker Hartley, Ethan Antonore, and Bernard Creaky will be the first 3 to hit for the Stars. It's the shortstop Hartley swinging his bat on deck as George begins to warm up. Coach mentioned in the pregame we'll be monitoring Nick George's pitch count. He's only expected to throw about 30 pitches tonight as the opener, you could say. And then it will be Bisbano, who will not be making the start, but will be feeling like the starter. He'll be expecting to pitch for a good rest of the way, and he has kept his pregame routine pretty consistent to what he is used to. Walker Hartley steps in left-hand side. It's Nick George, the right-hander. 4-pitch combo, fastball, slider, change, and curve. We'll see where he's sitting on the velo in his first action on the mound since his injury. Right-hander towing the rubber, left-handed hitter in the box, and the first pitch is a fastball just outside, and it is 1-0. Sunny skies here in York, South Carolina. Southwest of the city of Charlotte. 1-0 pitch coming here from George.
That's a bedroom community of ours, Charlotte.
George has found the strike zone for the first time, so it's 1-1. Hartley has the bat ready, 1-1 pitch. And there's a ball poked foul, 1-2. Got started a few minutes after 6:30 here tonight. Scheduled to play 7. Last time these two teams squared off, we did not play every inning that we were scheduled to because the Kingsmen took a sizable lead. Trying to keep the door closed on Catawba Valley's offense and try to do that once more with the offense coming up in the bottom half. 1-2 is chopped to first. Davis Anders has it. He will take it to the bag himself and just wins the race. Oh, boy, was that close. He wanted to flip it to George, and in the end, he took it himself.
That's exactly right. He did want to flip it to George, who was coming over to cover. But I'm not sure that Nick would have made it in time. So Davis went ahead and made the play himself and got him a nanosecond, maybe, an eyelash, not even a half a step. It was that close.
It was close. The umpire had to think about it before making the call, but the call is out, and that is the first out recorded by George. Though getting off the mound a tad late nearly cost them that very same out. Here's the first pitch to the two-hole hitter. That's Ethan Antonore. It's a strike on the inside half. So 4 pitches, or rather 5 pitches now, 4 of those being strikes.
Mm-hmm.
George is commanding the zone with the fastball. He, according to Nick, I was talking to him pregame when he was healthy, as he comes home with the 0-1, misses the off-speed low and away. When he was healthy, he was up in the low to mid-90s, topping out at as much as 94 miles an hour. He said, pretty honestly, not quite sure what he's going to be at today. He's hoping to be in the mid to high 8s, but we'll see what the Kingsmen have him at. We've got Angel Rari and Nick Osborne down behind home plate making note with their pitch charts, as that fastball is in there for strike number 2. Osborne was on the mound yesterday. Rari is supposed to pitch on Saturday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from George. And that is a breaking ball hit foul. Ends up sticking around in the hitting circle. Last time these two teams played, Catawba Valley didn't score. What do you think they need to do to jump on top of the Kingsmen early here today?
Score. I'm sorry. that was too obvious. Well,
that's why we pay you the big bucks.
That's exactly right. You get the benefit of almost 50 years of experience with this. But, yeah, they've got to put something together. They want to jump on Nick here, and if they can't get to Nick, then obviously Bisbano, they need to manufacture runs, though, all kidding aside, and you do that by the little things. The small ball, the aggressive base running, all the things that basically Hudak and the Kingsmen do.
2-2. Here's the pitch from George, and it rings up Antonore on the inside half of the zone. That was pretty, and it's his first strikeout in the Kingsman uniform this season. 2 gone.
I think it's safe to say that Nick George is back.
Bernard Creaky.
Back like he never left.
That's exactly right.
He would have wanted to be here this entire 2026 season. He was on the listed roster, but could only come back when the doctor cleared him.
That was on June the 8th. So here we are on the 24th, and there he is.
First pitch here coming to Bernard Creaky, who was in the 2-hole the last time these two teams played. There's a ball. Catawba Valley, the last time these two teams squared off, only had 1 hit. The pitcher, Nick Osborne and Aiden Bisbano. Bisbano started almost through a complete game in that win. There's a chopper to short. Chance to go 3 up, 3 down as Yarborough goes to first base, and it is in time to get Creaky, and the Catawba Valley Stars are retired in order in the first. We head to the bottom half. Kingsmen trying to start off strong when we return here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Well, back at the ballpark is scoreless as we just underway. 3 up, 3 down go the Stars in the top of the first. Nick George looked very impressive, I thought, coming out. Had a minimum of pitches, so we'll see Nick for at least another inning here. But the Kingsmen looking to do some damage here. And once again, Griffin Leonard. Griff?
Thanks very much. 12 pitches for Nick George. Not too bad for a start. 3 up, 3 down. And here come the Kingsmen. Riley Darby, Brady Yarborough, and Alan Benhart. The first 3, the Kingsmen will hope that it's more than 3 here in the bottom of the first inning. After holding Catawba Valley, we'll see what the offense can do. The last time these two teams squared off, it was Yarborough and Darby that hit in the first, but in a different order, with Katie McNeil in the leadoff spot. McNeil, once again, him and Gino Lazzari unavailable tonight. The Kingsmen sent 3 hitters to the plate, had a base runner, but then Darby hit into a double play. It was a line drive to the first baseman. They got doubled up. Nice thing is, Darby's the leadoff man tonight, so I don't think that's much of a problem.
Kingsman, the second baseman, number 34, Riley Darby.
So Riley Darby going to lead things off here. Bottom 1, 0-0 between the Stars and the Kingsmen. Left on left matchup to get the bottom of the first rolling. First pitch coming from the left-hander. Dunlap fires, and it's cranked foul over to the Kingsman dugout, and it was barehanded by Joe Hudak. It's 0-1.
It's rare that you see that.
I forget where we were. It was Ashboro. I was over in Ashboro last Wednesday. There was a somewhat sharply hit ground ball, and he barehanded it and threw it up to a fan.
Ooh.
And then that fan asked for about 25 more foul balls.
Absolutely.
0-1 runs inside. And Darby heading down to first base as a result of the hit by pitch.
Well, these are how the little things are done. We talked about the simplest of things. A mere act of being hit by a pitch can start a whole thing here.
See what Yarborough can do. Third on this team in batting average, hitting .414. On base percentage up over 500, so expect him to get on base a couple of times here tonight. It's Darby on first and Yarborough at the plate, nobody out. Dunlap trying to have a better time on the mound than he did the last time he faced the Kingsmen when they scored 9 in the second inning. First pitch, a changeup outside. Yarborough has scored 11 times this season. He's second on the team in that category. Darby, a speed threat over at first. 1-0, he takes off. Yarborough was squaring a bunt, and he bunts it foul, so it's 1-1.
Well, again, the aggressive baseball they had to hit and run on.
See if anything is going after the runner took off and the batter squared a bunt on the previous pitch. It's 1-1, nobody is out. The third baseman, Michael Good, is in on the grass line, and the pickoff move goes to first base.
Left-hander southpaw pickoff moves, always very deceptive.
One ball and one strike. Runner breaks again. Outside. Throw down to seconds on a hop, and it is not in time. Darby's got himself a stolen base. For Riley this season, that is his third.
Finch nearly clipped the pitcher with that throw. Dunlap had to duck and get out of the way.
That is the 35th stolen base of the season for the Kingsmen overall as a team. They've got a man in scoring position here with nobody out. 2-1. Yarborough gets his back foot out of the way of that one. That was nearly the second hit by pitch of the inning. It's 3-1 now. Alan Benhart is on deck. He had a quieter game last night. He still managed to hit after his offensive explosion on Wednesday against the Zookeepers. 3-1 pitch. That's a strike.
Yeah, he thought it was ball 4. That's strike 2, yeah.
I think he still thinks it's a ball. The way he reacted, he was about 10 feet down. I think in his head he probably still thinks it's ball 4.
Sure he does.
Coach Joe Hudak motioning up to his shoulder blades, letting the home plate umpire know where he thought that pitch was. It's 3-2 now after the strike at the top of the zone. Yarborough will have to find a way to win the battle. 3-2 from Dunlap, and it is outside for a ball. That walk puts runners on second and first with nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Well, the man with the big stick is coming up right now, and Alan Benhart, and as you said, he's been on fire, to say the least. It was a lukewarm night last night, but hey, he hadn't hit in a week, or anybody else. But he looks in the groove, and he looks comfortable as he steps in the left-hand side of the plate.
That's a ball to Benhart to start off his at-bat. Benhart hitting in the 3-hole once again.
Well, I'm not sure if you saw, was squaring the bunt there, and that had everybody the heebie-jeebies out there. As you can see, the exterior fielder is now on the grass at the edge of it.
Both corners in. Benhart keeps the bat on his shoulder and gets hit by the pitch. Dunlap having trouble getting the ball over the plate, and the bases are loaded.
Exactly, and this is what Dunlap and the Stars and Coach Speaks did not want to have, where basically you're just giving them gifts, and of course we're the kind of folks who will accept those gifts gladly, and thank you very much. But now you got the cleanup man with nobody out, and everywhere you look is a base runner, and the coach coming out right now to have a conversation with Austin Dunlap.
Catawba Valley comes into this game 5-9-2. They've played 6 more games than the Kingsmen have in 2026. It's primarily due to the presence of double headers on their schedule.
Now, are they back in the SCBL again, or?
I believe they're still an independent.
Okay.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Kingsmen, meanwhile, come into tonight 8-2. It's been a good start to the season for Coach Hudak and his crew.
Well, the conversation is over. And again, the third and first baseman, Griff, are on the grass, the edge.
They want to go to the plate if there's an opportunity to do so on a ground ball. Meanwhile, Jackson takes a strike. I'd be surprised, of course, if he bunted.
Oh, yeah.
With the bases loaded and nobody out.
That would sure take him by surprise, wouldn't it? Or not, because, again, the first and third baseman are in on the grass.
They are in on the grass. And they would probably be surprised, but they would have the advantage of having a forced play at home. There's a strike in there to make it 0-2. Dunlap has found a little bit of confidence here in the bottom of the first. Jackson in the 4-hole, down 0-2. And he fights it off to the screen. Jackson has had some big swings for the Kingsmen this season, but I think most people at home would be surprised to know he's actually bottom on the list of batting averages for this team this season so far. That ball gets by the catcher, and a run scores on the wild pitch. 1-0 Kingsmen.
Well, everybody moves up, takes away any double plays.
But as I was mentioning, Jackson hitting just .222, but full confidence in himself, full confidence from the coaching staff to continuously put him in this spot in the order as he cranks one down the left field line. Tough play, and it's over the head of Mason Becker. 2 runs are going to score. Jackson motors into second, and that's why they've got him in the 4th spot. It's a 2-run double to blow this game wide open in the first. It's now 3-0.
Yarborough comes in. Ben Hart comes around from second, and standing out there smiling at second is Josh Jackson, and it hits just keep on coming, as we say in the radio biz.
Hard hit double. The left fielder, Becker, didn't quite get his best first step trying to track that baseball, but the exit velo off the bat of Jackson carried it up and over his head. The ball just kept on going. 3-0 Kingsmen. That's a good start, and it all started because of the free passes from the pitcher. That's the first hit of the game, and it has now allowed for 3 runs. Ball 1 here to Mason Ritzema, again hitting in the 5 spot.
He ran that one inside, too. He needs to be careful. You've hit 2 of the 4 batters that you faced.
He's hit 2. 1 has hit him, not literally, but in the baseball sense. 2 balls and no strikes. And then, of course, the walk to Yarborough. If you ask Joe Hudak, he'll say that he walked Yarborough twice, once on the 3-1 pitch and then again with the count full. 1 ball, no strikes here to Ritzema. Jackson leads off second, and that one does hit Ritzema.
I cannot tell you in all my years the last time I saw 3 batters hit in the same inning in the same at bat. But I've seen it now.
Now batting your first baseman, number 27, Davis Anders.
1, maybe 2 if you're having a rough inning, but I tell you, Austin Dunlap is out there having a nightmare.
You know, it's situations like this where I'm glad personally that this is not the Kingsman baseball dodgeball team.
No.
Because we'd be doing pretty terrible right
Yes, we would. We'd have to bring in that pirate guy.
The pirate guy?
You never saw the movie Dodgeball with Ben Stiller?
I have, but it's been a while.
Steve the pirate.
Steve the pirate. I'll have to jog my brain. The average Joes. Not these average Joes are far from average, coached by Joe Hudak. There's a bunt popped up, and it's caught by the first baseman Jericho Jones for the first out of the game.
Well, you talk about your lazy pop out. That thing took an eternity to get up in the air.
Tristan Harless.
Jackson stays put at second. Ritzma stays put at first, obviously.
Runners on the move. Pitch is outside in the throw.
That was a terrible throw.
That hit Hudak.
Yeah.
That saved a run for Catawba Valley. That throw from the catcher was right into the third base coach, Joe Hudak, on a bounce. He's fine. He's just, I think, a little frustrated at the situation.
Well, yeah.
Because that ball was heading straight for left field. There's a strike. So runners are on second and third after a double steal. And there's a swing and a drive to left center field. Looks playable, and it's caught by Becker. Runner tagging from third. The throw is cut off, and it's a sacrifice fly to score Josh Jackson to make the score 4-0.
Now batting the third baseman, number 25, Christian Burning.
Now, we're not sure, Stephen, how the second inning is going to treat the Kingsmen, but I think they'll be pretty happy with how the first inning has gone.
Well, we can reverse those.
Just for today. I'll live with it. So, runner on second base, and a first pitch pop-up foul back of home plate by Christian Burney.
He ran it in on the hands and fisted him on that one. Christian had to fight it off.
Burney digging in, had a double in last night's win. 0-1 will wait. There's a spin, but no throw from the pitcher. Asafa Jones will lead off the second for Catawba Valley, currently chasing a 4-0 Kingsman lead. And that is a strike in there to make it 0-2. Oh, and 2 with 2 outs. There's a chopper to third. Coming in on it, the third baseman throws to first and is in time to get Burney. We will head to the second right here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Ow, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Top of the second here at York Comprehensive High School. 4-0. The Kingsmen take an early lead in this one. They brought 8 hitters to the plate. And we'll see if the 4 runs from it can be nicely assisted by another good inning from Nick George. He pitched well in the first, retired all 3 hitters he saw, only gave up 12 pitches. Stephen, a good start for the newbie.
A very, very good start. You got to like it. He's around for the second inning. He's got a nice little cushion there to work with, and nothing but blue skies, so to speak.
So George is back out there throwing his warm-up pitches. Top of the second here at York Comprehensive, 4-0 here at the home of the Cougars and the home of the Kingsmen. It's Asafa Jones, Michael Good, Jackson Steele, 4, 5, and 6. They're set to hit against the right-hander.
Leading off for the Stars on the top of the second, the center fielder number 9, Asafa Jones.
Jones, a left-handed hitter, so the cleanup man batting from the opposite side of the arm slot of George. So the slight statistical advantage coming the platoon, as they call it. First pitch. It's a fastball outside. It's 1-0. Kingsman in that productive first inning had just 1 hit. 4 runs on 1 hit. They'll certainly take it. 1-0. That is on the outside corner. Delayed call, but a strike nonetheless from the home plate umpire. I don't believe the Catawba Valley dugout liked that one too much. I think the home plate umpire has now heard it from both sides in the first 2 innings.
Oh, he's consistent.
1 ball and 1 strike. Georgia's pitch is hit sharply down the line. That's a fair ball. Into the corner it goes, and it's Harless who chases. Asafa Jones around second, heading to third as the ball comes in. Darby feeding Bernie at third base, and he's safe. Just in there with a triple. A leadoff triple here in the second inning, and Catawba Valley is off and running.
Well, a great start for the top of the second inning, and you know, a chance to do something. You're in the heart of the order now with the 4, 5, and 6 guys, and Michael Good, the number 5 man, who no stranger to the Kingsmen.
Michael Good on to hit next after the Asafa Jones triple. First pitch, that's a hard hit line drive to left. Benhart after it, will not get there. It's down for a base hit, and it'll bring in a run. 4-1 here in the top of the second off of 2 quick hits by the Catawba Valley Stars, and it's the first run that the Stars have against the Kingsmen here this season.
Well, and we have seen this time and again, you know, with the Catawba Valley Stars, even back in the day when they were the Carolina Vipers. These guys don't go away. They're very, very stubborn. They just keep coming at you and coming at you. It doesn't matter how much you bury them by score-wise. They don't quit.
4-1, runner on first, nobody out. You're exactly right with that. These Stars will not roll over, especially with as much time is remaining in this contest. There's a swinging strike to make it 0-1. Nobody out here in the second. Jackson Steele, the 6-hole hitting right fielder. Oh, 1. That's low. It's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two hits for the Stars already. Interestingly enough, despite the Kingsmen being up by 3, Catawba Valley actually out-hitting the Kingsmen in the early moments of this game. There's a pop-up, right side foul, out of play, 1-2. Nick George threw 12 pitches in the first. Coach Joe Hudak told us he was going to be around a 30-pitch count here today. 2-strike pitch, slider, poked foul, fought off nicely by Jackson Steele. That's 20. He's got about 10 more, and then we'll see Aiden Bisbano for the foreseeable future. George will be trying to get out of the inning in these next 10 pitches, but that may be a challenge after allowing the first 2 hitters on. Runner breaks, 1-2, swung on and missed. No throw by Ritzema, so they get the first out there via the strikeout. That's the second strikeout for Nick George here this evening at York. The runner moves to second on the stolen base, and there is one away for Mason Becker.
Now batting the left fielder, number 12, Mason Becker.
So that strikeout halts the Catawba Valley Storm for now. It's 4-1. Kingsmen still by 3. Fresh count here for the left fielder, Mason Becker. Waves the bat on the right shoulder. The ball is inside. Throw down to third's a good one, but safe the call. Michael Good got a good jump. True to his last name, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, he got a great jump.
So the next Catawba Valley run now 90 feet away if they can do well with it. 1-0 pitch. Inside corner, clips the zone. That's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nick George still fighting through the second inning. Approaching that pitch count instilled by the coaching staff. 1-1. And that's a foul ball. 1-2. If you're joining us late, Nick George joining the team fresh off of an injury. Those that have been around the Kingsmen for a long time will remember him from 2024. So if you're listening to the pitch count, you're wondering, well, hey, why are they cutting him off, right? As the next pitch is chopped up over the head of the pitcher. Runner's going to score. The ball takes a tough bounce off the infield dirt and gets into center. So it's an RBI single. The way that ball was bouncing, it looked like Darby was going to have a chance to make the long throw. And instead, it's a single to make it 4-2.
First baseman, number 25, Jericho Johns.
Tough break for Nick George. That's the third hit of the inning for Catawba Valley, and they have turned this deficit from 4 halfway into 2. So Jericho Jones, the 8-hole, next to the plate. First pitch, that's low and away, 1-0. So yeah, if you're looking at or listening to the pitch count situation, going, well, why are they cutting him off? It's not because of anything he's done. It's simply because they don't want to get him back too soon doing too much, as that foul ball is off the handle of the bat and away, 1-1.
Well, it's a rehab assignment.
Exactly. You know, the Kingsmen don't have a single A team to send you down to for a week and a half. So instead, they're just going to start you on Wednesday night against Catawba Valley.
And let you throw 30 pitches.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
1 ball and 1 strike. 1 away here, and a snap throw down to first that gets away from Anders, but not far enough for the runner to move. By my count, George, or I guess by Stephen Stone's count, the number is now 27.
That's what I've got, yes, sir.
Very well might be the last hitter for George. We'll see if he can get a quick second out if they would give him a chance to get through the inning.
Go for the double play. The pitcher's best friend.
1-1. Inside, that's ball 2. And Bisbano, no doubt ready to go here tonight. It'll be the first relief appearance, though more of a technicality because he is expected to get a starting pitcher's amount of pitches in as George drops down the breaking ball. 2-2. That's a strike to even up the count, and this next one will be pitch number 30. 21 strikes to just 8 balls. He's kept it over the plate. Certainly good signs as the Kingsmen welcome any and all pitching the rest of the season. 2-2. There's a chopper to third. Bernie will go to first base. That's his only play, and they get the second out. And now we see if a coach comes out of the dugout.
Well, now it's does he let him finish?
Exactly. That was a high chopper. And it was good enough for a ground out, but they didn't have a chance at the double play.
Number 11, Kai Finch.
Kai Finch at the bottom of the order up at the plate. And here comes Joe Hudak. 30 pitches on the nose, that's what he told us, and we'll wait for the point to see it be official. But I think that's going to do it for Nick George here tonight at York Comprehensive. If it is, it was a good first few
It was an impressive outing, I thought. Very much so.
And that is indeed it for Nick. So he walks off the mound. He'll be greeted by all of the 2 teammates in the dugout of his. And Aiden Bisbano will come in to pitch in his relief appearance. We'll step aside and be right back. Kingsman Baseball Network here, your comprehensive. The action resumes right after this.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
Well, the aforementioned Mr. Bisbano now entering the game. And, of course, on the night for Nick George, he comes out, he gets his 30 pitches. He has some good moments there with a couple of strikeouts, but also he gets touched for 2 runs and 3 hits along the way. And he'll step aside now and got to feel good about the outing.
Yeah, I think you've got to feel great if you are the Kingsmen coaches, the Kingsmen fans, and then, of course, George himself, like I said earlier, anytime that you're away from the game for a while because of injury, it's tough, mentally and physically. And for him to be able to get back out there and have a good showing, yeah, there were a couple of hits against him, but at the end of the day, he won't care about that. No. When he wakes up tomorrow, he'll just be happy that he got to put the glove and the hat on and go play the game that he loves. So we're looking forward to having Nick out with us the rest of the season. That is certainly the plan, to be here for the last about 7 games here in the Carolinas, and then he'll be on the Dominican trip for the second time. And meanwhile, in the meantime for the Kingsmen, Aiden Bisbano steps onto the mound. It's 4-2, top of the second with 2 away. Runner on second that George is still responsible for, so his line's not closed quite yet. And Kai Finch trying to drive him in. Tying run at the plate, Bisbano, his first pitch out of the pen. That's a fastball low. Aiden Bisbano has been otherworldly this season for the Kingsmen. An ERA under 1. He has 21 strikeouts in 14 2/3 innings of work. It's his 4th appearance of the season, his first one that is not from the first pitch of the ball game. That ball is spiked, 2 balls and no strikes. I asked him today, would things look different from a preparation perspective? Would it feel different? And he said, even when I'm coming in for a start, I'm throwing out of the bullpen to get ready. So he said, it really isn't a whole lot that's going to change. The only thing that he's going to do is watch the first inning or so from the bench. So Bisbano is out there, and at least I'm sure in his mind, this is just another start as he gets a swing and a miss, his first strike, and it's 2-1.
And that's exactly the way you approach it. He's right.
Two balls and a strike. Second inning here, 2 outs. And the pitch from Bisbano. There's a line drive. Base hit into left. Ben Hart over to it, has it cleanly. Runner heading for the plate. Throw to the plate. Ritzma the tag. Not in time. The throw would have had to be near perfect. Ben Hart gave it a good ride, but just in there ahead of the throw is Mason Becker. It's an RBI single to score the 3rd run of the inning for Catawba Valley, and it is a 1-run game here at York.
And back to the top of the order. Now, the benefit that we have here is we've been through the lineup once, but they have not all seen Bisbano.
That is certainly true. The first hitter he sees gets the better of him, but now you get 3 hitters who did nothing, next to nothing against Nick George. Walker Hartley, the first of which, he grounded out his first time and slashes a fastball foul for the first strike here. 4-3. The Kingsmen and the Catawba Valley Stars squaring off for just the second time this season. It felt like every other game in 2025 was against these guys. And the Stars got the Kingsmen a couple of times in there. The Kingsmen won the season series, but it wasn't a sweep by any sense.
Did he? He
did
says
not.
no.
Did not go around, according to the base umpire, so it's 1-1. These Catawba Valley Stars can play a little bit, though the Kingsmen will walk confident into every matchup. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a throw from Bisbano over to Anders at first. This is the 7th hitter of the inning for the Catawba Valley Stars, who were down 4-0 going into the second here after the Kingsmen had a big first. 1-1. And that is at the knees. That is an excellent pitch from Bisbano, who's ahead 1-2. When we get to the bottom of the second, it will be the pitcher Bisbano, who started the game as the designated hitter. He never hit as the designated hitter. He'll be at the plate to lead things off, and then the top of the order will come back up. There's a foul ball that could not have been much closer to being a foul-tipped third strike. It was in and then out of the glove of Ritzma. Runner still on first, and Kai Finch, 9-hole hitting catcher, has not given Bisbano a whole lot to worry about so far. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 away, as Hartley digs back in. The pitch, runner breaks, the ball's low, and it goes to the backstop. Finch
he's going to go all the way around.
Third, and he will get to third base. So it'll be officially scored as a stolen base, and then a wild pitch. Well, a stolen base and a wild pitch, is that what you would consider?
No, I would call it a wild pitch, and he advances from 2 bases,
even though he was breaking from the jump? Okay.
Yeah. That's my thought,
It's certainly a weird one.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of times you'll see a pitch in the dirt, it'll be a wild pitch, but if the runner was breaking for second before the pitch, then it will be a stolen base, but the Kingsmen won't worry about it anymore. That's a slider that was right down the heart of the plate for a called strike 3. Inning over. Catawba Valley gets 3, and we go to the bottom of the second. Kingsmen still lead, but not by as much. See what they can do when we come back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola.
Well, it became an interesting game in quite a hurry. Not quite as early as last night, but here we are, headed to the bottom of the second. What was a 4-0 lead for the Kingsmen, just cruising right along. Becomes suddenly a 4-3 lead, with the Kingsmen coming to bat in that very dangerous second inning for them. And once again, here's Griffin Leonard.
Yeah, well, the Kingsmen didn't walk into today, putting a win in the win column before they stepped into the building. There's always work to do, and Catawba Valley swung back after the Kingsmen got some runs in the bottom of the first, so we'll see what they can do on the counter. It'll be the bottom of the order and then the top. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Kingsmen. Bisbano, fresh off the mound, will take his hacks. He had a base hit in yesterday's win. He had a double, actually. It was a double and then a sacrifice fly. Good day at the plate for the Mount Olive graduate.
Well, let's keep in mind that Austin Dunlap, who's still on the scene out there for the Stars, has already hit 3 batters in 1 inning, last inning, and now he'll, as you mentioned, face the 9-1-2 hitters here for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, settled things down eventually after that Ritzma hit by pitch. He retired the last 3 hitters he saw. A pop out, a sacrifice fly, and then a ground out. So we'll see if he can find a little bit more consistency in the second inning.
Leading off for the Kingsmen in the bottom of the second, number 14, Aiden Bisbano.
When he played against the Kingsmen a few weeks ago here at York Comprehensive, he hit 3 batters in that game too. He hit 1 in the first and then 2 in the second. The Kingsmen in that second inning had an impressive 6 hits. And there's a ground ball off the bat of Bisbano, and it's through the legs of the shortstop. Oh, boy. Walker Hartley will want that one back. That puts the leadoff man on, and we'll see how it's scored. That's a can of corn. Of course, you know, that term normally describes an outfield fly ball, but that's about as close as a can of corn that you'll get on the infield.
Well, it's a routine ground ball, so I'm pretty sure they're going to stick him with the air, unfortunately, E6. But these are the kind of breaks that you look for. You got your leadoff man aboard, and then out the top of the order.
Top of the order, Darby bunts foul. Third baseman now way in on the grass after that first pitch, and now Darby squares again. Pulls back, outside corner, throw down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base for Bisbano.
And throw was nowhere near the mark.
The pitch was in there for strike 2, so it's 0-2 to Darby, who will no longer be bunting unless the Kingsmen really look to surprise Catawba Valley. There isn't really much incentive to do so anymore.
No, that would be a shocker.
0-2, Dunlap sees that one fouled off. 4-3 the score, bottom 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Darby wiggling the bat on his back shoulder. The pitch comes home and strikes out Darby outside half of the zone, and he's down on 4 pitches.
First strikeout of the night for Austin Dunlap.
So here comes Yarborough for the second time after that strikeout. First pitch, outside. Nick George finished his day with 3 strikeouts. 2 looking, or rather just 2 strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging. And then Bisbano wrapped up the second inning with a backwards K. 1 ball and no strikes, the left-handed pitch. And that's on the outside corner.
Well, Dunlap seems to have settled down here.
Yarborough trying to get the Kingsmen back rolling offensively. 1-1. There's a high fly ball into left. Going back on it is Becker, but that's playable, and he makes the catch. Runner trying to tag from second. Bisbano slides in just in there. That is an aggressive tag up by Aiden Bisbano with 2 outs. Or rather, with 1 out. That catch made it 2. Of course, you never want to make the last out at third base. But the ball was hit deep enough that Bisbano decided he had the legs to make it happen. Coach Hudak will only be mad if he's out.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Big Tex Alan Benhart. He swings, dribbles it up the middle. That's got a chance to sneak through, and it does. RBI single for Tex, and it's 5-3. Got just enough of it to inch it by the shortstop Walker Hartley. who, as he slides and watches that ball squirt into center field, he'll immediately get a flashback to the error that could have meant this inning was long over.
Right.
So an unearned run for Catawba Valley, but a run nonetheless to make the Kingsmen lead 5-3 here in the second. Here comes Josh Jackson. There's a pop-up. Shallow right, second baseman Antonore over to it, and the catch is made to retire the side. One hit in the inning, one error from the Stars. 5-3 the score after the Kingsmen add one more. We'll be right back here for the third inning on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Top three here in York, South Carolina. Griffin Leonard here with Stephen Stone. Kingsman Baseball on the air, and it's Aiden Bisbano out to work his first full inning after he came in with 2 down in the top of the second. Catawba Valley got 3 in the second. Kingsman got 1 back. So it's a 2-run game and an offensive battle so far, Stephen Stone.
That's absolutely right. It has been. We've seen some good pitching, though. I'm still impressed with the outing from Nick George. He did was exactly what was expected of him. As you mentioned, he picked up 2 strikeouts along the way with the 30 pitches that he threw. Now, that's what you have to keep in mind. 30 pitches was all he was allowed to throw, but he was able to work his way, right down through the lineup very well with little to no problem before, I don't want to say the wheels started to come off, but let's just say the wagon got a little rickety there in the second inning. There's something about that number 2, no matter who it is or what the game is. We had a quiet second inning, which is probably the first time that's happened since last year. That being said, we did have a good first inning.
And the Kingsmen have scored in both innings so far, so I'd say they're doing just fine. Nick George worked an inning and 2/3. Now it's Bisbano's game. And Mason Ritzma throwing down to second, so we'll get that third inning going with Ethan Antonore. He made a catch on the pop-out to end the bottom of the second. He'll lead off this third inning with the 3 and 4 hitters immediately following. I've been told there's a decent viewership from Colorado right now. The Leonards and the Nadells both tuning in. Thanks for supporting Kingsman Baseball. And welcome into the broadcast as we get the third inning going. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be. Bisbano, his first pitch of the third. Breaking ball, just high and maybe a tad inside. Ethan Antonore struck out looking. The first of 2 strikeouts for Nick George here tonight. He's swallowed up by Creaky, who grounded out to end the first. 1-0 from Busy. That's a chopper to second. Darby has it. Riley Darby to first, and that's a quick first out here in the third. It looked a little awkward for Darby. He turned his glove over and, fielded it like it was a line drive rather than a ground ball, but he still made the play.
And that was the important thing.
So 1 out here in the third. Bernard Creaky, the Catawba Valley Stars veteran. They might retire his jersey by the time he's done playing for the Stars.
He's had a career with them, you're right.
First pitch, he squares to bunt, and that breaking ball was just a tad inside and over the head of Bernard Creaky. Angel Rari is behind home plate at the bottom of your screen there, getting the pitch velos and the chart work done for the Kingsmen, I think he had a better shot to catch that curveball than Ritzma did. 1 ball and no strikes, 1 away. Bases are clear, and Bisbano back out of the windup. Fastball high and tight, 2-0. Kingsmen up 2 runs, still in control of this one as they look for yet another win at home. They have just 1 home loss, 1 road loss in 2026. 2-0. That is on the outside corner, gets the call, and it's 2-1. The Kingsmen's lone home loss came over at Gardner-Webb University against the Augusta Clutch. They are unbeaten to this point at York Comprehensive. 2-1. There's a chopper foul, lines up in the screen. It's 2-2. Bisbano has been enjoying his time back in Gastonia with the Kingsmen. First summer that the Kingsmen have been in Gastonia staying rather than in Rock Hill. It's about the same commute over to York Comprehensive regardless of which side of the state border you're coming from.
Okay, good.
About 35 minutes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Creaky. Struck him out if he went. Did he go? Yes, he did.
He certainly did.
I almost called it too early, Stephen.
No, you saw what I saw, and it was a swing.
If the first base umpire didn't agree with me, I think you would have had a pretty angry Joe Hudak come out of the dugout.
That and we send Seth down.
2 outs here in the third, 2 up, 2 down. Same way the first went, as far as the fact that there was a ground ball and then a strikeout. The important thing is, will we see another ground out like the first ended, or will we see another situation like the first time this man was up? Asafa Jones tripled his first time, and based on that swing, I think he's looking for 1 more base than the 3 he got the last time he was at the plate. 0-1. Swing and a miss. That was off the outside corner by just an inch. It's a great location. He got Asafa out front. So it's 0-2. Kingsman set to bring 5, 6, and 7 to the plate in the bottom of the third. 0-2. That ball bounced shy of home plate. 1-2 now the count. Kingsmen this season have pitched very well on the mound. An ERA, team ERA of 2 flat. They have allowed 61 hits in 10 games and have nearly double the strikeouts as they do walks as a collective team. Bisbano looking to wrap up the second 1-2-3 inning for the Kingsmen here today. 2-strike pitch. Jones chases and misses. Strike 3 and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the third. Bisbano looks good out there on the mound. Kingsmen hitting when we come back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Bottom 3 here at York Comprehensive High School. Kingsmen up 2 on the Catawba Valley Stars, and they kept the door closed in the third after Catawba Valley opened up their score session in the second. Kingsmen have scored in both of the first two frames. They'll look to add on to it with Mason Ritzma, Davis Anders, and Tristan Harless coming to the plate.
Well, and once again, for a second night in a row, we got us a ball game is what we have here. And the Catawba Valley Stars, of course, it looked like the tents might get folded early when the Kingsmen jump up there and put a 4 spot in the top of the first. And you're the Stars, you start thinking, oh, dear, we've seen this before, because these two teams have more than a passing familiarity with each other. Believe me, they have years. And as you mentioned, last year, it seemed like every other game was with the Catawba Valley Stars. So, of course, the coaches are good friends of each other. Coach Speaks and Coach Hudak. So that makes scheduling it easy. But as you said earlier, also, this is, 5 appearances this year. And we would have had 3 had a bus not broke down a week ago.
That's true. We'll see how many times that bus gets mentioned here
Yes.
tonight. I know we talked about it yesterday. Dunlap fires a first pitch strike into Ritzma. The tents could very well be folded early here tonight anyway if the Kingsmen can either hit Dunlap a little bit here or if Dunlap starts hitting them again.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike now. That's inside. Ritzma was one of the victims of the hit by pitch in the first inning. He was the last of 3 out of 5 in that disastrous stretch out of the gates for the the left-handed pitcher. 1-1. Ritzma thought about going after it, came up with a ball just high and a check swing, so it's 2-1. Ritzma batting left-handed, so it's left on left right now. 2-1 pitch. And that is just about in the same spot, but it is not called the same. It is a strike to make it 2-2. Didn't look all that different from the pitch we saw prior. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ritzma digs in. Here is the pitch from Dunlap. And it's away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kingsmen so far have gotten the leadoff man on in both of the innings so far, but have not had a leadoff hit yet. It has been a hit by pitch and an error. Bisbano, who reached on the error to start the second, scored with 2 down in that second inning. 3-2 pitch. Ritzma hits a high fly ball to right, but it is foul. Oh, he got a pretty good piece of that one, but it was well foul in the right field corner.
Yeah, but it was still nice to watch it go. I mean, you saw it hooking. We just thought, my God, the distance.
He had a couple of big swings for the Kingsmen in the academy season. He's got some pop in that left-handed bat. 3-2. And he laces it towards short, and it's caught on a line. Hartley with a nice catch to deny Ritzma the base hit. 1 out.
Now batting number 27, Davis Anders.
Here's Davis Anders, who leads the team in the batting average category. Also up there in OPS. You know, the whole team's hitting over 900 in the OPS category. They have been hitting the ball and turning it into more than just singles. We've seen a number of extra base hits from this team so far in 2026. We just haven't seen a whole lot of home runs, Steve.
No.
Still waiting for that first home run at home.
That's right. We've not had one here. This is a big ballpark to hit a home run in, too.
That's true. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a big cut from Anders. He's certainly a man that's capable of it.
Oh, yeah. And he was looking for it.
And it's a ballpark that, well, you look down at the corners and it doesn't look all too deep because it's 325 in the very corner.
Mm-hmm.
But it extends deeper very quickly, and it ends up being a lot closer to 390 out in center. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 away here at York Comprehensive. The pitch to Anders. Swung on and lifted foul. 1-2. You mentioned it. Dunlap really has calmed down the waters after a tough start. Looking for his second out in a row here in the third. The pitch. Hit in the air to center. Coming in on it, Asafa Jones, and he makes the catch with a final lunge for out number 2.
Now batting number 16, Tristan Harless.
2 quick outs for the Kingsmen here in the third. They'll need a little bit more. If they are to wrap this one up early, they may very well need a little bit more if they're to win this ball game in general. 45 pitches for Dunlap. Here's the first one to Harless the second time around. It's a fly ball foul. Third baseman chases but runs out of room. It's 0-1. The good news is Aiden Bisbano has looked great. Ever since allowing that single when he first came out of the bullpen, he has been lights out, retiring 4 in a row. There's a fly ball into left center field, chasing toward the gap. Becker after it, and he will not find it. It's down toward the wall. Harless has got a shot at 3. He rounds second and heads to third. The throw goes over the head of the cutoff man. It's close and not in time. What a throw from the outfield. But it's not in time to get Tristan Harless. And he's got a triple here with 2 outs.
No, but it sure made it interesting, didn't it?
Now batting number 25.
And there was no doubt in Tristan's mind. He was going to third. He never slowed.
Tristan Harless with the triple. Based on when that ball was fielded by the outfielders, it just didn't look like it was going to be close at all, and it was an absolutely beautiful throw over the cutoff man and on a hop right to third. There's a ball to Bernie.
And again, this is a very dangerous part of the order, that bottom third for Coach Hudak and Bisbano waiting on deck.
Both of the next 2 hitters have doubles from last night that they're eager to replicate. Christian Bernie, one of the 2. Bisbano on deck had one as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Bernie's got himself a hitter's count. Takes ball 3.
That was a tough pitch to lay off of.
So 3-0. See if Burns has the green light here. He's 0 for 1 after a ground ball out to the third baseman last time. 3-0. And that's on the inside corner. Make it 3-1. Lefty Dunlap comes set, trying to get out of this inning with the runner on third. 3-1 pitch. Bernie hits it high in the air. Third baseman chasing foul ground, and it is out of play. 3-2. The ball was a little closer to the fence line than the previous. So full count. Bisbano on deck if Bernie reaches. Otherwise, Bisbano will be heading out to the mound. 3-2 pitch from the lefty. He goes sidearm, and Bernie hits it into center. Back goes Asafa Jones, but he looks comfortable and makes the catch to strand Harless at third and end the inning without a Kingsman run. 5-3 it remains. We go to the 4th here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
1 runner left on base.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Back here for the top of the 4th, Aiden Bisbano, 21 pitches through the better part of an inning and a third. 3 strikeouts, not too shabby for the Summerville, South Carolina native. Just graduated Mount Olive University. Bounced around the collegiate baseball scene. Played a little bit at Coach Hudak's old stomping grounds at Winthrop. Finished off at Mount Olive. He's back out there for his second full inning of work. He'll pitch to Michael Good, Jackson Steele, and Mason Becker. Kingsmen did not score in the third. The offense has slowed after a hot start, but they are still well in control of this ball game. 7:45 here in York, South Carolina. So whether you're joining with us live or back in person, or rather back in replay, just know it's a beautiful night for baseball here in York. Thanks for spending some time with us. First pitch inside, that's a ball. Reminder, the Kingsmen defensively around the outfield, left to right. It's Alan Benhart, Josh Jackson, and Tristan Harless out in the outfield grass. 1 ball and no strikes from Bisbano. Sky-high pop-up on the infield. Brady Yarborough is camped and has the easy catch for out number 1.
Now batting number 14, Jackson Steele.
That'll work for the Kingsmen. Quick first out. Bisbano throws just 2 pitches and retires good. Here's Steele hitting next. He struck out, the second and final strikeout for the opener, Nick George, in his first appearance of 2026 for the Kingsmen. Steele, the right fielder, digs in 0 for 1. Here it is from Bisbano. There's a chopper back toward him, and that ball hits the foul line, but then squirts foul. It is 0-1. That nearly ended up being a second out. I don't think anyone knew where that ball was except for Bisbano. Ritzema didn't get up from his crouch, and Steele did not hustle down to first. The ball bounced up in the air, hit the line, and then bounced foul. So no balls and 1 strike. 1 out here, and the bases are clear. Swing and a miss. Hard fastball from Bisbano, and Steele was well behind it. 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Bisbano out of the windup. See you.
Wow.
A 3-pitch strikeout. 5 pitches into this frame, and there are 2 away.
Well, that's what you like to see. Except for when it happens to us.
Now batting number 12.
Then I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't want to think about it.
Nor do I, my friend. But we'll take it as it is right now. 2-run lead for the Kingsmen, 2 outs in the inning. And the 3-pitch strikeout brings up Mason Becker. First pitch, he grounds it toward Christian Burney. That's off the glove. It's over to Yarborough, and there is no play. That was a tough one that ate up Burney, but it'll be an error to put a man on with 2 away.
And that's unfortunate that there's an error chart. But, I mean, it's the right thing. But you got to give some props there to Yarborough, who was right there on the scene to avert disaster.
Short hop Burney. There wasn't a whole lot else he could do.
No.
If he backed up, there's a decent chance that ball takes an even scarier hop to him. He got quickly in on it and tried to play it on the short hop, just couldn't get the glove on it cleanly. So an error puts the runner on first, 2 away. And here's Jericho Jones. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1.
Well, Aiden has had really good command that I've seen so far of what he's throwing. I mean, he's not put a bad pitch up there of the 28 pitches that he's into.
0-1. That's outside. Nicely blocked by Ritzma to keep the runner from moving off of first. Tying run is at the plate here for Catawba Valley. Looking for their first win over the Kingsmen here in 2026. Because that game was canceled on Friday due to a certain bus. There's mention number 2. The matchup here has the opportunity to clinch the season series for the Kingsmen. There's a chopper to third. Burney unable to get to it. That one's between the infielders and into left. A base hit for Jericho Johns. And that puts runners on second and first with 2 out. You think Bernie had a shot at that one?
That was a tough one because of the hop. You know, the ball was hopping funny tonight. We just cut are we in need of a grass cutting? Or I'm not sure. I don't know how to really analyze that. But it's taken time. We've seen it on both sides. There's some strange hops here.
They picked a second, and the ball goes into center. Jackson's up with it. He might have a play at third. Throws that direction. It's knocked down by Bernie, and both runners move 90 feet. They were trying to get him with the pick play. I'll say that the runner was definitely fooled. He was not back very quickly to second, but the throw went to second before Yarborough could get over there, and both runners end up taking 90, so it's second and third now with 2 outs. The runner on first waited until the throw went to third in order to take second base. That was smart of him.
Yeah. And is there an error charged on the play? And if
to
so,
Bisbano, yeah.
Bisbano on the throw, yeah.
And the throw wasn't in a terrible spot. It
No.
probably is a mental error, anything more. But speaking of mental errors, that's a balk. A balk called on Bisbano brings in a run.
Wow.
5-4. And an unearned run here on the Kingsmen. The second time we've seen an unearned run in this ball game, but the first came when the Kingsmen scored their 5th run. Now the tying run is 90 feet away. Slider swung on and missed, 0-1. After all of that, that was the first pitch thrown to Kai Finch in the at-bat.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Finch is 1 for 1. He was the first hitter to see Bisbano in this ballgame, had a single. Swings and misses again, and he's behind 0-2. Get that scoreboard updated for you on the stream on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. All home games and all road games streaming on the Kingsman Baseball YouTube page. 0-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and got him. Second strikeout of the inning, and that is 5 for Bisbano through 2 1/3. He surrenders a run on a balk, but the Kingsmen still lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Stephen Stone takes over when we come back here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rockville Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
all right. All right, well, if that... All right, brother. All right, just chatting with my old friend and buddy Seth Eves, who we worked together for 7 years at WRHI, and I was telling him how much he's missed, especially coming up in another month or two when the high school football extravaganza begins. But Seth's done well for himself. I'm very proud of the folks that I've had the pleasure to have come through the radio station on my watch. We had one guy named Angelo Jeter. He became Rock Hill's first poet laureate. I had another board op. You may remember Emily Garcia. Emily went and enrolled in Coastal Carolina and is now an oceanographer, and just a few of the success stories. So You might say I'm a very proud guy. I rather dote on them. So here we go. Bottom of the fourth, bottom of the order, Aiden Bisbano, and then back to the top with Riley Darby and Brady Yarborough to face Austin Dunlap, who is still on the scene. The lefty looks in. Bisbano, who walked and scored his first time up, fouls it into the screen for strike one. Bottom of the fourth, Kingsmen with a 5-4 lead in what is turning into a tight one. A couple of tight games here over the last 2 days. So Dunlap looks in, taking his time. Nobody on. We're in the bottom of the fourth. And the Kingsmen trying to hang on and add to it, get some insurance here. There's a ground ball. It's got eyes past the shortstop into left field, and a leadoff single for Mr. Bisbano to help his own cause. And that takes us to the top of the order. And Riley Darby, who's been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and struck out swinging in 2 trips to the plate tonight.
Now batting number 34, Riley Darby.
So Riley steps in. Brady Yarborough comes out to the on-deck circle. Left-hand hitter is Darby, facing the left-handed stylings of Dunlap. And he lays down a dandy of a bunt. Dunlap's up with it, looks at second, but has to go to first, then throws it away. And everybody will move up. Taking a turn at third and coming around, we'll have a play, no play, and all the way around to third goes Darby, and the Kingsmen stick one on the board here on what is a costly 2-base error for the Catawba Valley Stars.
Now batting number 2, Brady Yarborough.
So an error on the throw, charge to the shortstop, and Bisbano comes all the way around from first to score. And Darby is down at third. Fly ball into center field, and that'll drop for a long single and produce another run and an RBI, and the Kingsmen starting to put it on. As he picks up the RBI.
Now batting number 20, Alan Benhart.
So Alan Benhart steps in. He jumps on the first pitch and skies it out to right field. Should be playable for Steele, and it is for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 10, Josh Jackson.
So here's Josh Jackson. Runner on first, 1 out on the inning. That's skied out toward right field and playable for the second out. The runner will stay at first.
Now batting number 4, Mason Ritzma.
So we're keeping the right fielder busy, as Yarborough stays capped at first. And here's Mason Ritzma, the catcher. Mason tonight has been hit by a pitch and lined out to the shortstop. Runner at first with 2 outs. And there goes the runner down to second, and he'll have it easily with the stolen base. Not much of a throw from the catcher. Dunlap delivers inside corner, called strike. Dunlap looking in. Runner at second, 2 outs. That's fisted into the screen for strike 2. Fresh baseball for Austin Dunlap. Runner at second takes his lead. That is Brady Yarborough. Dunlap taking his time, looking in, going through a series of signs. Now has the one he wants, and time called as Ritzma's decided he's waited long enough, so he backs out. Now everybody gets set. There goes the runner down to third, swing and a miss. And that is it for the inning. So all for naught. But the Kingsmen put 2 runs on the board. They do it with 2 hits on an error. They strand a man. We've played 4. Kingsmen with the lead when we return. 4-2.
2 runs, 2 hits.
Thank you.
Error, 1 runner left on base for the Kingsmen in the 4th.
7-4 our score. Kingsmen out in front on the Kingsmen Baseball Network as we head to the top of the 5th.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Stephen Stone, Griffin Leonard, Seth Eves back with you here, York Comprehensive High School in beautiful York, South Carolina, on what has turned out to be just an absolutely beautiful Wednesday evening. Things, nice breeze has been with us throughout the course of this ball game that is now at the, hour and a half mark. The temperature has dropped from 83 at game time to an hour later, 79. So good night as we're just cruising along here at the ballpark. Kingsman with a 7-4 lead. And we go to the top of the 5th and the top of the order for the Catawba Valley Stars. It'll be Walker Hartley, Ethan Antonore, and Bernard Cricky for the Catawba Valley Stars. All was well down in the dugout. You had a little stroll?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Kingsmen are in good spirits. 2 runs in the inning certainly helps. You know, I might have to head back down there for the 5th. Maybe
I was going to say,
good luck charm.
if you turn out to be a jinx, you will get the boost. Seth, you just escort him out of here.
But
I ain't going to do it. Guy's twice my size. You kidding me?
The Kingsmen seem like they're having some fun down there, though. It's a nice night for baseball, and those guys get along great. So I'm sure they're having a good time. Bisbano's having a good time. He's been involved both offensively and defensively.
Mm-hmm. He's having a night. He's having a night, to be sure.
I missed anything up here while I was gone?
Not really, just a couple of runs and a few yucks with Seth, See, if they're not having fun down there, they need to come up here because we always have a good time.
That's certainly true.
So Bisbano finishes his tune-up tosses. So we're cruising along here into the top of the 5th inning on this Wednesday evening. So here's Walker Hartley, who struck out looking last time up to end the 2nd, grounded out to first to start things off in the game, and left-hand hitter will step in to face Aiden Bisbano, the right-hander. Aiden at 33 pitches on his night. There's 34, which is outside for a ball. Kingsmen are back in action Saturday night. We hit the road to Joanna, South Carolina, where I got to tell you I've never been, but I look forward to it. 6:30 first pitch, 6:15 pregame. Seth tells me it's the middle of nowhere. Base hit up the middle, and the leadoff man is aboard with Hartley at first, and here comes Ethan Antonore, who is struck out looking and grounded out to the second baseman. 0 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, that was a line drive up the middle. It nearly ended up caught by Bisbano. But just unable to get the glove to it, and now a runner on first and nobody out.
So Aiden looks in. He'll work from the stretch. Runner being held at first. Comes to the plate. There's going to be foul out of play on the right side for strike one. Fresh baseball for Aiden Bisbano. Looks in at his battery mate, Mason Ritzma. Has his sign. Now we'll throw over to first. Keep that guy honest. I never thought about how hard that would be trying to go up and down steps with spikes. You know,
you can hear
seriously.
it in the background.
Yeah, and that's what you're hearing, friends. We just had a visit from one of the players.
I would imagine it's not as bad as trying to walk down steps in heels.
Oh, gosh. Bring the women in. 1-1 the count. I can tell you all about that. Spano sets the belt from the stretch. Oh, that looked good, but it's a ball. Aiden taking his time, comes to the plate, swing and a miss. Count even now at 2-2. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the top of the fifth, 7-4 our score. Kingsman up by a tray. But the tying run is in the on-deck circle. Bisbano looks in, 2-2 offering coming up. Short lead at first by the runner. That's Hartley. That's going to be foul out of play. First base side will do it again. And again, it's one of the trademarks of the Stars. They just don't stop. They, it doesn't matter how many you've got them down by. They're going to keep coming for you. The mark of a good baseball team. Aiden looks in, sets at the belt again from the stretch. 2-2 offering coming up. You got a piece of that. We'll ground it to the third baseman, who's up with it on the throw, and sweep tag, and it gets past everybody. So E5, and everybody will move up a base. We'll have runners at second and third, and this is not good.
Yeah, Christian Birney had to rush that throw, and he's just not having a game to remember over there at the hot corner. That's his second error in the last two innings. And this one not only cost the Kingsmen an out, but it puts both runners in scoring position, as you mentioned.
That's exactly right. So runners at second and third for Bernard Creaky, who is a very dangerous hitter, and he represents the tying run. So Hartley down at third. Creaky at the plate. Outside corner called strike. Creaky tonight is struck out swinging and grounded out to the shortstop. He's having an 0 for 2 night. Nobody out on the inning. There's a blooper into right center field. That'll plate a couple runs. And a 2 RBI single for Bernard Creaky makes this a 1-run ball game. So Hartley comes in. Antonore comes in. On the seeing eye RBI single. And here is the cleanup man, Asafa Jones. Masafa tonight has tripled, scored a run, and struck out swinging. He's 1 for 2. But the tying run is at first.
Yeah, looking unlikely that we'll be playing less than 7 tonight. Catawba Valley has come to play, and it is a close game as a result.
It's fouled into the screen for strike 1.
Masafa Jones can really be credited with kick-starting this Catawba Valley Stars team today. He ripped that triple down the line his first time to the plate. He's 1 for 2. And, without that, who's to say that Catawba Valley even really makes the offensive push that we've seen them make?
That one misses low for a ball. 1-1 the count to Masafa Jones. Michael Good waiting on deck, the number 5 man in the lineup tonight for the Stars. Miss Bano looks in, deals. Pretty good looking pitch for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Kingsman infield at double play depth. Chop foul, first base side, out of play. Count a hold of the ball and 2 strikes. Bano with the 1-2 offering. Tried to get him to chase. How'd it peel it? Nope, he says he didn't, and nobody in the first base dugout agrees with that assessment. Man, it's a tough audience. And that's what you hear is Coach Hudak in the background with some friendly advice to the umpires. And members of the crowd also. There goes the runner down to second. The throw is out. Got him. So that removes that threat. As Creaky thrown out trying to steal.
And I know this is obviously a faith-based baseball team, but I will say I think that's the baseball gods right there.
Yeah, no, that is.
Making up for it. You have a questionable check swing call 1 pitch later, they get the out anyway.
Oh, there's a line drive foul down the first base line. So Jones extending his at bat, fighting off pitch after pitch. Kingsmen with a 7-6 lead. Aiden looks in, and here comes pitch number 50. It's upstairs, ball 4. So that'll bring up Michael Good with the tying run back on first again. 1 out on the inning. And Kingsman just trying to keep this from becoming a big inning for the Catawba Valley Stars, who have already scored 2 this inning. In fact, 3 in the first, 1 in the fourth, and 2 more here in the 5th. So they've been hanging around. Kingsmen with their 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 more in the fourth. That misses for a ball. Runner being held at first. The pitch, kind of high and tight for a ball. 2-0 the count. Infield is at double play depth. Second baseman is shaded a little toward the bag at second. Runner being held at first, so that leaves a big hole on the right side for a right-handed hitter to try to poke something through. Foul back behind us for strike 1. 2-1 the count. We're back with you Saturday night on the road from Joanna, South Carolina to face the Hornets. 6:15 pregame, 6:30 first pitch. Griffin Leonard and yours truly. 2-1 offering coming up. Checks the runner at first, comes to the plate, swing and a miss. 2-2. Pulled a string on that one. Got the outside corner and rung him up. Strike three. Down goes Michael Good, and up comes Jackson Steele, who owns a pair of the strikeouts tonight. One swinging in the second, one looking back in the fourth. So Steele will come on. Tying runners at first. 2 outs on the inning. We're in the top of the fifth. Kingsmen with a 7-6 lead. Good steps in, swing and a miss, strike one, chasing outside fastball.
And this is what Aiden Bisbano can do, right? He battles through a tough at bat, gets a big strikeout, takes a big deep breath, and then powers a fastball right in there and takes control of the next hitter. This is how a veteran pitcher gets out of a tough spot like this.
He's in one right now. Throw over to first is not in time. Inside corner, called strike, 0-2 the count. Waiting on deck, hoping for a chance is Mason Becker. But 0-2 is the count to Jackson Steele. Bisbano taking his time. Looks over his shoulder. The runner at first comes to the plate. Check swing, swing actually fouled into the screen. Count a hold and no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't believe he meant to get the bat on that one.
No, I think he was more trying to get out of the way of it, actually. Hence the swing. So count remains 0-2. Aiden looks in, fresh baseball in hand. Comes to the plate. Skies that one out towards center field. Jackson should be getting it. He is under it. A can of corn, and there's the third out of the inning. But put 2 more on the board on 2 hits, an error, and they leave a man. We've played 4.5. Kingsmen clinging to a 7-6 lead over the Catawba Valley Stars when we return, coming to bat on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Well, to the home half of the 5th inning we go here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Kingsmen with a 7-6 lead.
Connor Shear.
Well, Connor Shear will take over here in the home half of the 5th inning on the mound for the Stars, as you just heard Seth Eves announce. He'll face Davis Anders, Tristan Harless, and Christian Burney. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Kingsmen. So Connor Shear comes in, left-hand pitcher. Kingsmen with that 7-6 lead here. We're back into work on Saturday evening on the road, as we mentioned earlier. We'll have 6:30 first pitch, 6:15 pregame from Joanna, South Carolina, and the Hornets, who were just here last night. So Davis Anders tonight is popped up to the first baseman and flown out to the center fielder. He's 0 for 2. Kingsmen with a 7-6 lead, so they'll try to add to it. Bottom of the 5th. We're only going 7 tonight, or so I've been told. This game gets tied, it could go a lot longer, which is okay by me. Swing and a miss, strike one. That one breaking ball outside, 1-1 the count. Scherer looks in, sets at the belt. It's outside, 2-1 the count. Well, the box score tonight on Austin Dunlap. He works 4 innings, gives up 7 runs, 4 of which were earned on 5 hits. He walks 1 and strikes out 2. Also hit 3 batters. 2-1 offering, swing and a miss, evens the count at 2-2. On deck, Tristan Harless. Nobody on, bottom of the 5th. Kingsman leads 7-6. Connor Shearer, second pitcher of the night, swing and a miss, down he goes, and Connor picks up his first strikeout. 1 out on the inning, and that'll bring up Tristan Harless, who has sacrificed fly with an RBI back in the first, and then tripled in the 3rd.
Tristan Harless.
So Tristan will step in, lefty versus lefty matchup. Shearer looks in, lefty, sets at the belt. Kicks and deals. Inside, ball 1. Christian Burney waiting on deck. Or excuse me, Tristan Harless waiting on deck. How about Tristan Harless at bat and Christian Burney on deck, and that's my final offer. One 0 offering coming up as Tristan steps out. Now he gets back in and readjust. Lights are on here at York Comprehensive High School at Cougar Field. Ground ball, and all he can do is knock, the first baseman can do is knock it down, and it's an infield single with 1 out for Harless. He hit it into the Bermuda Triangle, you might say, the infield between the first and second baseman. Both broke on the ball, but it was the first baseman's play, and all he could do was knock it down. Couldn't stop it for the infield single, and here is Christian Burney, who's looking for his first hit of the night. Christian has grounded out to the shortstop, flown out to center. He looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. 1 out with a man on first. Kingsmen with a 1-run lead. They'd like to add to that for some insurance purposes. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Shearer sets at the belt, checks the runner, long look at first, now comes to the plate, outside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Shearer deals. That's high and away. 2-1. There goes the runner down to second. Swing and a miss. Throw is nowhere near on time. It's a stolen base, and 2-2 the count. So Kingsmen put a runner in scoring position with the stolen base by Harless. Oh, he chased a bad pitch, swing and a miss, and the runner will advance to third on the throw down to first on the strikeout.
Now batting number 14, Aiden Bisbano.
So here's Aiden Bisbano with a runner at third and an opportunity to help himself. Aiden tonight is singled, reached on an error to the shortstop, and scored twice, so he's had a pretty good night. As we mentioned, we're in Joanna Saturday night. We'll come home next week for a pair of home games as we enter the final, 2 weeks of the regular season. The Hendersonville Honeycrisp will be here next Wednesday night for a 6:30 game. There's a screamer up the middle, and that will get through into center field for a base hit and bring in a run, number 8. And the Kingsmen go back up by a deuce. RBI single for Mr. Bisbano, who's pretty much, I don't know where he hit his cape, but he's been Superman tonight for the Kingsmen.
Now batting number 34, Riley Darby.
So 6:30 game with the Henderson Honeycrisp here at York Comprehensive High School next Wednesday. Thursday, we'll welcome the Catawba Valley Stars one more time this year for our final look at them. And then Friday night, Kingsmen hit the road to Wilmington, North Carolina to face the Sharks before heading to Joanna the following week on Thursday, July the 7th. And then they're off to the Dominican Republic, which you could tell from the pregame interview Coach Hudak was more than excited about. 0-1 the count to Darby, who's had himself a pretty good night tonight. Shearer looks in. The pitch is way outside. There goes the runner down to second. This isn't going to be close either. Well, they got him, and that's the third out of the inning. I'm not sure why we did that, but okay. What do I know? It's 8-6. Kingsmen in front. We'll come back. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A and Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball. Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Well, the Kingsmen will carry an 8-6 lead into the top of the 6th inning. Stephen Stone, along with Griffin Leonard, set thieves here at the ballpark. So it's been nip and tuck all the way for both these teams, but so far, score the advantage to the Kingsmen, out in front by a score of 8-6. Be the bottom third of the order for the Catawba Valley Stars: Mason Becker, Jericho Johns, and Kai Finch to face Aiden Bisbano. Like I say, Aiden, short of wearing a cape tonight, has been everything for the Kingsmen on the mound, at the plate. If they'd have taken a bus to the ballpark, he'd have probably driven it.
Yeah,
that's the kind of night Aiden's having.
He's done a little bit of everything, as you may have told viewers. I disappeared down to the dugout again this last half inning. Last time tonight, I promise.
It's all right. But, I mean, we keep scoring runs every time you leave.
That's true. Well, and Bisbano knocked the RBI single up the middle, and the guys in the dugout were calling him Shohei Ohtani. Two-way threat. Bisbano's having a heck of a night.
Oh, great night. That's the kind of night you dream of. He'll be telling his grandkids about that night back in York, South Carolina.
Leading out for the Stars in the top of the 6th.
So here's Mason Becker tonight, is singled, reached on an error, scored twice, driven in a run. As Aiden looks in, the right-hander, who is at 60 pitches, so he's in pretty good shape. There's a chopper, and that'll get through the right side of the infield for a single to right. So again, here come the Stars.
Yeah, Becker's having a good night for Catawba Valley. That's his second hit. He's reached all 3 times that he has been to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
So the Kingsmen are going to have to deal with him on first base again.
Now batting number 25, Jericho John.
Jericho John steps in, the first baseman. He's grounded out and singled, 1 for 2 tonight. Spano looking over his shoulder. That runner, swing and a miss, strike 1. Getting some encouragement from Coach Hudak, you hear in the dugout. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Just blowing him by. O2 offering coming up to Johns. Chopper, foul, first base side. We'll do it again. Aiden gets a fresh baseball. Didn't like that one. Pitch, swing and a miss. That got him. Back to, tell you, Ms. Bono has just been lights out. And doesn't matter what dimension of the game you look at for this young man this evening, he has been the real deal. So here's Kai Finch, who struck out in the single, drove in a run. He's 1 for 2. Runner at first, 1 out on the inning. We're in the top of the 6th. Kingsman with an 8-6 lead. But each batter coming up for the Stars represents the tying run. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
That's 7 strikeouts now for Bisbano, and it seems like whenever Catawba Valley do get the ball in play against him, it's ground balls, it's softer contact, even a couple of these singles, these errors that we've seen, they haven't exactly been scored. So it's been a testament to Bisbano's effectiveness in this ballgame.
Well, that's foul out of play, so an 0-2 hole for Kai Finch with leadoff man Walker Hartley waiting on deck.
Bisbano got Finch with the strikeout the last time they faced off.
Here's the pitch. Bow off, right side, out of play. 0-2 the count. We'll continue it. 68 pitches now for Aiden. But now you're late in the game and you're cruising along here, and how far do you let him go? At least through this inning and then bring in a closer? Or do you let him try for the complete game? You don't see many of those anymore. Complete games, that is.
That is true.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs in the inning, and back to the top of the order. And here we go with Walker Hartley, who is grounded out, struck out looking, and singled, scored a run. Well, tonight is round 2 of the NBA draft. Any surprises in this thing so far for you boys?
I'll be honest, I haven't kept up with it much.
Neither have I. That's why I was asking you.
My team doesn't have a pick, and I'm on my Kingsman baseball and my World Cup soccer grind right now.
All right.
I can't say I've paid much attention to the NBA at all.
What was that, Seth? Well, there you go. The Arkansas guard should have gone higher. Well,
he is pretty good.
Yeah. So 1-1 the count to Walker Hartley as we bring you back to baseball. Runner at first, 2 outs. That's outside, high and away. 2-1 the count. Tried to get him to chase. Aiden looking in. Short lead for the runner at first. The pitch. Upstairs. 3-1. Well, with the tying run at the plate, you want to be careful. A lot of damage gets done with 2 outs in an inning, as we have inflicted in the past on numerous opposition. Pitch. That looked pretty good, but just missed. Ball 4. So runners at first and second, and now the go-ahead run comes to the plate in Ethan Antonore, who has struck out, reached on an error to the third baseman, scored a run, and grounded out to the second baseman. So Antonore will step in, right-hand hitter. Runners at first and second, but 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the 6th. But make no mistake, Stars are definitely threatening. Ran that inside for a ball.
And this is where things start to get interesting, and you wonder if Coach Joe Hudak's going to walk out to the mound at some point, talk with Bisbano. Tying runs aboard. And
here he comes.
Spoken into existence.
Right on cue.
You know, we've been around this team long enough. Like
we know.
We're starting to figure out the tendencies.
And there is a pattern, a method to the madness.
You see a walk in a crucial spot, and then a first pitch ball, and the long-haired country boy, as the song is currently playing says, walks out toward the mound.
Well, you know, Joe's a big fan of Charlie Daniels, as are we all. Rest his soul, great American. So quite the meeting as the infielders are gathered. Now here comes the umpire, and I would imagine that Coach Hudak, being the benevolent man he is, will include him in on the conversation. And if he can get his other partner there in blue to come along, so much the better. Well, umpire arrives. Joe turns on his heel and walks away. Don't tell me there's not psychology involved to coaching baseball or managing. I had the good fortune to grow up in Baltimore and watch a master of the craft, Earl Weaver, a Hall of Fame manager who was notorious for that sort of thing. He'd come out to visit the mound with the express intent of talking to the umpire.
Not this time.
Not this time. So, Antonori, there go the runners, and it's a called strike.
Interesting to see Mason Ritzma keep the ball in his back pocket that time. It's a fastball, got in on the plate quickly, and it seemed like he had a decent chance to at least try to throw one of the runners out. Instead, it's a double steal, and the tying runs are in scoring position.
Yeah, that's a little bothersome. So runners at second and third as Becker moves down to third. That's going to be slap foul. First baseman giving chase. We can't see if he's got it or not. And apparently he doesn't.
Yeah, he made a good run to it, and you're right. We kind of run out of visibility at a certain point, based on where the ball fell, and the glints of yellow we can see through the branches of the tree.
Yeah,
we're
obstructed by a tree.
Andrews got over there,
yeah.
Somewhat closely, but couldn't make the catch. So it's 1-2.
And we're not sure how far the ball traveled
Who
out
knows?
either. Yeah,
we got to be down in the dugout.
Exactly. See, now had you been down there.
Get a wireless headset, we're good to go.
That's what I'll tell you. Those are great. Just don't turn away from where the transmitter is. That one misses low and away. 2-2 the count. 2 outs here. We're in the top of the 6th, but the Stars are threatening with the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at the plate with Ethan Antonore. 2-2 offering coming up from Aiden Bisbano. Set to the belt. Gives the runners a look. Now comes to the plate. Right at the first baseman and into right field, and that's going to tie the game. So a 2 RBI, 2-out single makes it a brand new ball game, tied at 8. And we play on as Becker comes in, and around from second is Hartley. And all coming with 2 outs on the inning.
6, Bernard Creaky.
So here's Bernard Creaky with the go-ahead run at first. Creaky has grounded out, struck out, and singled, driving in 2 runs last inning. Bisbano from the stretch. Outside, wild pitch. That'll advance the runner, and the wheels are starting to come off for the Kingsmen. So down to second on the wild pitch goes Antonore. So he's in scoring position. And a very dangerous man at the plate right now with Bernard Creaky. Swing and a miss, strike one, 1-1 the count. Got out front of that. Ayton gives the runner at second a long look. Comes inside and misses with the ball. 2-1 the count. Pretty good lead at second by the runner. Kingsman just trying to nail it down and get the third out and get out of the inning. Bisbano deals. Swing and a miss. Fouled that off, actually. 2-2 the count. So the battle continues as Aiden Bisbano now at 83 pitches on his night. He has put in a strong effort this evening, though. So 2-2 the count to Bernard Creaky. Aiden Bisbano surveys the base runners and comes back. Inside corner, rung him up, got him looking, and Creaky can't believe it. But that's the way this one goes down. However, the damage gets done. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. We go to the home half of the 6th. It's a brand new ball game, tied at 8 on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
There's always time
Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola.
Back at York Comprehensive High School, Stephen Stone with Griffin Leonard as we head to the home half of the sixth inning. Kingsmen tied at 8. It's been a real seesaw affair. If you thought last night was a seesaw affair, well, I think we can top that with tonight's performance.
Yeah, back and forth, but hey, it makes for some fun baseball. The Kingsmen bringing the top of the order up to the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. They have a chance to take the lead, and if they can do that, then they'll be pitching for the win in the seventh. So, it's tied right now, but still plenty of opportunity to get the job done and make Coach Hudak happy in the end.
I wish it's what we want, believe me. So Riley Darby will start things off. He'll be followed by Brady Yarborough and Alan Benhart to face the reliever Connor Shearer, who's now in his second inning of relief. Coach Hudak making his way down the third base line to the coaching box. So tied at 8. Who wants it more?
Riley Darby.
Riley tonight's been hit by a pitch, scored twice, reached on an error to the shortstop, and struck out swinging. Lights are on here in York as the sun sets in the Carolinas. Shearer, the lefty, looks in and will pitch to the lefty Darby. Inside for a ball. It's outside, low and away, ball 2. That's it. Just be patient. Make them pitch to you. Shearer's only thrown 16 pitches in his appearance here. Inside corner, called strike. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, Shearer's going to want to be careful trying to find the zone against these Kingsmen. He had an up and down first inning of relief, struck out 2, gave up 2 hits, ended up getting that third out on the base paths with Darby at the plate, but we'll see what he can get here in the 6th.
Well, the pitch inside, 3-1.
Curveball had a ton of break to it. I thought he was going to nip it in the corner of the zone and get the strike call, but the home plate umpire didn't agree with me, and I'm not going to argue with him.
It's the witching hour.
Everyone behold.
3-1 off on the way. Inside corner, called strike. Came right back at him. So full count to Riley Darby. Here in the home half of the 6th, tied at 8. Three-two payoff pitch coming up. Ball 4, he lost him. Leadoff man is aboard. That'll bring on Brady Yarborough, who has walked, scored a run, flown out to left field, and then single, driving in a run back in the 4th inning. So go ahead, run us at first. We'll see how Coach Hudak wants to play this. I can tell you it'll be aggressive.
Yeah, Darby's already got a stolen base in the ball game here. Yarborough's a well-known speed threat as well. He's always down to lay down a bunt. And, hey, with the score tied, the Kingsmen are going to do everything they can to get that run across.
He's showing bunt, and here comes the third baseman. Yep. Now he pulls it back and takes ball 1. But, yeah, no sooner than you said that, the third baseman, good, started charging in.
Be careful with slash bunt.
Yeah.
Might take the guy's head off.
There goes the runner to second, and he just wild pitched it and taking a turn at second, but he'll stay there. And you can just attribute that wild pitch to the runner taking off because that caught the attention of Shearer, and that was, you could just tell by the body language.
So that goes back to our earlier debate of what is a stolen base and what is a wild pitch. He was taken off for second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I click stolen base in my
I do
book.
too. I
So
do
that's
too,
two
yeah.
for Darby today.
That one misses. 3-0 the count. Go ahead runners at second. Little insurance there at the plate. Nobody out. Bottom of the sixth. This is what the Kingsmen do. Very methodical. Shearer looking in. The lefty sets at the belt. Comes to the plate. Upstairs for a ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. First 2 men are aboard on back-to-back walks, and here is Alan Benhart, one of the most dangerous men in the Kingsmen lineup, with a bat in his hands. He's been hit by a pitch tonight, scored, singled, drove in a run, flew out to right field. And he's going to have a conversation with Coach Hudak while the coach speaks of the Catawba Valley Stars, visits the mound to check on Connor Shearer, who is only 24 pitches in. Now, Shearer has struck out 2 and walked 2, but he's got himself in a little bit of warm water here. I won't say boiling yet.
I would say it's starting to simmer.
Oh, definitely.
Not only has he walked the first 2 hitters of this inning in a make-or-break 6th with the game tied, he's done it right before facing Alan Benhart, who has a hit today, Josh Jackson, who has a hit today, and Mason Ritzma, who probably deserves to have a hit today if it were not for the shortstop making a nice catch on a line drive of his. So 3 hitters that are going to be pretty dangerous for Shearer to face, not just to face them, but to face them with runners on base. The Stars will have to be at their best if they're going to keep the Kingsmen off the scoreboard.
Well, and they're going to no outs right now, so the Kingsmen, I like the Kingsmen's odds. But again, that's the beauty of baseball. Anything can happen. Shearer can turn it right around and be untouchable. Or he can get you rocked. We'll find out. Stepping in is Benhart. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th, tied at 8. The Kingsmen and the Catawba Valley Stars. That's inside. And that clipped him. That is the 4th hit Kingsman in the game today. But it loads the bases, and it just gets ugly at this point.
It's the 4th one of the day, but it's, I think, the first in about 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a while.
Number 10, Josh.
Yeah, it all happened back in the first inning. You had 3 of them that got plunked. So everywhere you look, a Kingsman base runner with nobody out, and now Coach Hudak is going to have a little chat with Josh Jackson, and we'll see what they employ. Jackson, a very dangerous hitter. He doubled and drove in a pair of runs and scored back in the first, and then was retired on fly balls the next 2 times, so he's 1 for 3. And the meeting with Coach Hudak and Mason Risma, or Josh Jackson, is concluded. Mason Risma waiting on deck. So the infielders are in on the infield grass. Very interesting. Runners are not being held, obviously. And Shearer looks in. Sets at the belt. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, and a nice stop by the catcher. Ball 1.
The Catawba Valley Stars, big benefits from that block by Kai Finch to keep the run off the board. They're going to do everything they can to get a runner out at the plate here. That's why the infield's in. In fact, if it's hit sharply enough, you've got the chance to try to double them up at first afterwards.
1-0 offering coming up. Outside, ball 2.
And I guess before any of that, you know, you're going to need to see Shearer find the strike zone.
He's having a little difficulty with the location right now. Upstairs, ball 3. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Everywhere you look, a Kingsman base runner and nobody out.
Think Josh is taken here?
Oh, definitely. He's got to throw a strike, but he didn't do it. Walks in the go-ahead run. 4-pitch walk. Second time that's happened. And here comes Mason Ritzma, who has been hit by a pitch, lined out to the shortstop and struck out looking. He's having
Now batting number 4, Mason Ritzma.
Interesting evening. And like I say, he was one of the 4 guys that have been hit by a pitch tonight for the Kingsmen. Imagine the trainer's going to be busy on the bus going back. Some bruises. So Mason steps in. Infielder still in on the grass. Now 9-8 Kingsmen. Shearer deals. Inside corner, called strike. Runners again taking their leads, not being held. And all you need here is a Texas leaguer. It's high and tight for a ball. 1-1 the count.
You were talking in the last half inning when Bisbano was out there on the mound about what the pitching situation will look like in the 7th. He's at about 80 pitches. So we'll see if he gets the chance to try to complete the win or if it will be someone to come in for the save.
1-1 offerings. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. That's got Mason talking to himself, that last one. Nobody out. Bases are full. That's inside. 2-2. So the drama unfolds. Shearer with the 2-2. That is slapped into the outfield. That'll be a base hit, and that'll play a couple. Nope. Going to get the stop sign at third. That only played 1. But an RBI single for Mason Ritzma. So there is justice after all.
And that's now 5 base runners in a row for the Kingsmen to start this big 6th inning. We knew that they need a little bit after allowing the tying runs to come in to score in the top half. And they have answered the call. Now up 2 and a chance, obviously, with Ducks still on the pond, to do a heck of a lot more.
Oh, yeah, you can break this thing wide open now. 10-8 our score. Kingsman in front. But that's not a safe lead. Here's Davis Anders. He's having an 0 for 3 tonight. Runners on the corners. And again, first baseman and third baseman in on the grass. It's going to be slapped bow down the third base line, out of play. So we're back to work with you Saturday night, 6:30 first pitch, 6:15 pregame from Joanna, South Carolina, in Joanna Stadium to face the Hornets. And then the Kingsmen will come home next week for a pair on Wednesday and Thursday, I believe. Yes, Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday you'll head to Wilmington.
It's unbelievable how close we're getting to the 4th.
What's going on here? Yeah.
America's getting old.
Time just moving too quickly, boys. Like you said earlier, a fast season, and you ain't old. Inside, misses for a ball. 2-1 the count.
Couple days off for the Kingsmen tomorrow and Friday. I've heard rumblings of a team trip to Carowinds, the amusement park.
Take the sunscreen with you.
Oh, I will, and Willow Shields will too if he ends up.
Oh, I'll
over
bet
there.
Will. I'll bet O'Shields will. Ground ball, third baseman gloves it, throws home, and they cannot get the force. A terrible throw by the third baseman. The 2 runs pour in, and the Kingsmen are putting this on ice. So you scored a fielder's choice, obviously, but then you're going to have to put an error on the throw home by the third baseman. As Benhart scores, Jackson goes down to third, and again, Kingsmen on the corners.
Tristan Harless.
So here is Tristan Harless, and it's starting to turn into batting practice as the Kingsmen now take an 11-8 lead, up by 3, or make it a 12-8 lead, up by 4. There goes the runner down to second. They're going to let him have it. Defensive indifference. And a called strike. That's low. It doesn't go far enough away from the catcher to do anything. So Ritzma is at third. Anders is down there at second. And 1-0 the count to Tristan Harless. That's low. A swing and a miss. Chased a bad one, didn't he? It's tough to lay off those sometimes, too, when they start coming down like that and then they just drop off the table.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good changeup that time from Shear.
So Shear looks in. Runners at second and third. Kingsman with a 12-8 lead, looking for more insurance. Swing and a miss. So there is finally the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the 8th batter of the inning, Christian Burney, the third baseman. Christian tonight 0 for 3 has grounded out to short, flown out to center, and struck out swinging, so he's due. Runners at second and third, only 1 out. And Connor Shear just trying to survive the inning.
Infield going to come back in for Catawba Valley.
Mm-hmm. Shear deals. Called strike. At the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count. One offering. That's slap bow out of play. 0-2 the count. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Kingsmen with a 4-run lead. 12-8. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And as it stands now, as Griffin mentioned, they'll be working on the final 3 outs of the game when the Stars come to bat for the top of the 7th.
No save situation anymore now, though.
No, I'm afraid not. But we'll take the win.
I guess a game without a save situation is just fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, there's a swing and a miss.
Well, that was a very awkward-looking
That was
swing.
weird.
I think he got a piece of it.
I think he did, too, and it bounced, and that's what they were yelling from the dugout. So count will stay at 0-2. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Connor Shear looking in, taking his time. That's going to be foul back out of play toward us. Count will hold at 0-2. Yeah, it's a shame there's not a camera in this booth. Your mom would be so proud. He's fine, Mrs. Leonard, I assure you.
I'm going to verify the truth of this headline I just saw. Meanwhile,
and there's a little blooper into left field. That'll play the pair, and the Kingsmen are pulling away. 2 RBI single. Now he's going to advance to second on a bad throw back to the infield. Rounding second, he's going to third. And Hudak's watching, and he's going to hold him as the throw comes to the plate. Wise. So it begins as a single, and then a throwing error, and I'm not sure to who. I guess the left fielder who was bringing it back in.
Now batting number 14, Aiden Bisbano.
But Ritzma comes in. Anders comes in to score. And then he advances on a throwing error. This game has had everything. So 14-8 our score, and here is the 9th batter of the inning, Aiden Bisbano. Well, I'm surprised he can keep the smile off his face. Called strike. Well, did you confirm your headline?
Oh, I did. But
Okay.
we'll wait until the end of that bat.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you bait us like this.
It's nothing that I think any of you will
Strike two.
care about. So.
Okay. Well, do you care about it?
Oh, I care deeply.
Well, then we care. 1 out on the inning, and a runner at third, and the Kingsmen with a 14-8 lead, and they have exploded with 6 runs this inning, and they're not done. Bouncer up the middle, shortstop has it, throws to first, and they'll get the out, but we'll get the run. So RBI ground out for Aiden Bisbano, and now back to the top of the order, and Riley Darby.
Now batting number 34, Riley Darby.
O'Reilly, who walked and scored to start the inning, has scored 3 times tonight. Reached on an error, was hit by a pitch, and struck out. And he'll look at ball 1.
Yeah, with as impressive of an inning as this has been for the Kingsmen, it's very similar to that first inning that we saw when they scored 4 on only 1 hit.
That's right.
They have scored 7 runs in this inning on 2 hits.
Well, there's a ground ball up the
3
middle.
hits.
Another hit, yes. But nobody to score because the bases were empty. So we start again.
Now batting number 2, Brady.
Well, should I explain my earlier
Yes,
press
would
box
you
aside-
please?
Yeah,
That would be
I
good.
got you. So we were talking earlier about the NBA draft, and I
Right.
said, well, I didn't care much because my team didn't have a pick. I'm an Indiana Pacers fan.
Right. I
Tough
get that.
year, and, I'm moving on from last year.
Okay.
But I got a notification, they traded for a pick in the second round. My dad went to Purdue University, so
Yes.
I'm a big Boilermaker fan.
Okay.
As I'll let you call this.
Well, safe at second. They had him picked off, but couldn't do anything with it, and it's a stolen base. Go ahead.
Anyway, so we're big Boilermaker fans in our household. I don't know how much you keep up with college basketball, but the name Braden Smith.
Well, I'm a Kentucky fan, so what does that tell you about my keeping up with basketball?
That's fair. But he broke the all-time record for assists in college basketball this last year.
Yes.
And anyway, the Pacers just drafted him with their second-round pick.
There you go. That's a good pick. That's a base hit, and that's going to plate another run. And that's it. It is ended. The Kingsmen win by 10. We'll come back. We'll put a wrap on this in a moment on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. You're killing me.
Kick back for the moment. Toss all your forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Like we'll still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
All right, line drive out to end the inning for the Kingsmen. We now go to the top of the seventh and the final three outs. What could be for the Catawba Valley Stars? They're on the short end of a 15-8 score, down by 7. So we'll see. Aiden Bisbano returns to start the top of the seventh. Griff?
Yeah. You know, he wasn't technically the starting pitcher tonight, of course, because of Nick George pitched the first inning and 2/3, but Bisbano has lined himself up for the win and will look to finish off this game if he can keep his pitch count down. But the Kingsmen, this one's been up and down. There's no doubt about that, but I think they'll be able to brush off the earlier mistakes and move on from this one a little bit easier if they can notch a 7-run win and wrap this one up pretty shortly.
Well, they'll have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Stars. That is Asafa Jones, Michael Good, and Jackson Steele. The heart of the order. But the heart of that order is accounted for 4 strikeouts tonight in this game. So, one of the owners of that strikeout is Safa Jones. He'll step in. He's tripled tonight, struck out swinging and walked. 1 for 2 officially.
In the seventh, number 9, Asafa Jones.
So Jones steps in, left-hand side of the dish. Bisbano takes his time, looks in. Now deals. Low right there at the knees again. Delayed reaction from the umpire, but a called strike.
Our public address announcers pointed out an interesting fact. Riley Darby is now the Kingsman third baseman. I believe it's Christian Burney over there at second, but I'm not 100% confident. We've also seen Josh Jackson play that position, but I think he's still in center.
I think you're right. That's going to be slap bow out of play. 0-2 the count.
Well, then who's in center? If Jackson's at second, I don't think it's Bernie. I guess we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah. Break out some binoculars here in a second. And they're going to have a meeting on the mound, so while they go do that, let me dig for my binoculars.
For your Kingsmen, number 34, Riley Darby now playing at third base. Number 10, Josh Jackson now playing at second base.
Hey, George, who's in center?
That's one way to find out. Well, let's see. Yeah, binoculars are not going to help the offense.
You've got the binoculars. I'm shouting down to players.
Oh, you take a shot at it.
He's walking back this way.
All right. That's outside for a ball. 1-2 the count.
What number? Okay. I believe he said Alan Benhart.
All right.
But then that would be the question of who's playing left.
Well, you're raising too many questions now, my own friend.
So then who's in left?
Let's foul back. The count a hold while we try to figure this out.
So it sounds like Ben France is in left field for the Kingsmen right now.
Ben France is in left field, and in center field, Alan Benhart.
Boy, it gets confusing, doesn't it?
Figuring it out on the fly. You got to love it.
So Darby's over
peek behind
third.
The curtain. There's a ball low, 2-2.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a game going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up on this.
So, here, I think I've got it. Do you want me to just take you around the field?
Yeah, go ahead while I'm working this, yes.
Ben Franson left, Alan Benhart in center, Tristan Harless is in right, then the infield, Riley Darby, Brady Yarborough, then Josh Jackson moved to second, and Davis Anders is still at first.
All right, now who's at third?
Riley Darby.
All right, Darby's at third, and Bernie went where?
Bernie went to the dugout.
All right. So then we have France who comes into left field. Is that right?
That's right. That's what Nick George has told us.
All right. Well, Ben France, your new left fielder here.
You know, if you're going to ask anybody about the personnel, you should ask the guy who just joined the team 2 days ago.
Exactly. All right. 2-2 the count. So we think we have it straight. All right, 2-2 offering coming up to the leadoff man of the inning, Asafa Jones. It's upstairs for ball 3. 3-2 the count. So the 3-2 payoff coming up eventually. That's going to be fouled off, or popped up rather, excuse me. And the second baseman will make the put out there at second base with the pop-up, and that'll bring us to Michael Good.
Pop quiz, Steven. Who is that at second base?
Well, see, you had to do that. Josh Jackson.
Josh Jackson. There you go.
For the moment. Now, that could change in the instant of another pitch. Who knows? So here's Michael Good. I do know that, who has singled, scored a run, driven in a run, and grounded out and struck out tonight. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Called strike, outside corner. 0-1 the count. Oh, 0-1 offering in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 the count. Well, Aiden at 92, so we'll see. Aiden taking his time, looking in now. Good will back out.
You mentioned Bisbano's pitch count. The most he'd thrown in a game this season was 89, so this is the highest we've seen him go here in 2026.
And the pitch. Chopper.
Ball's on the ground.
Yeah. And everybody's scrambling for it in a stand-up double.
It's a tough one. It just got away from Alan Benhart playing center field now. But it'll be a double. It won't be an error because it was on the
No,
top.
that was Bermuda Triangle stuff there. That little no man's land there just after second base in the outfield. Here's Jackson Steele, who struck out twice tonight and flown out. He's 0 for 3. 1 out, runner at second. Kingsmen with a 15-8 lead. Just trying to close it out at this point. Bisbano deals. It's going to be fouled into the screen for strike one. But as we mentioned, the Stars are not going to go away. They may be down by 7, but they're not ready to leave yet. Aiden looks in, taking his time. Comebacker up the middle. Second baseman will glove it and throw to first, and they will not. They did get him. Wow. That was a nice piece of fielding over at first by Davis Anders. So 2 outs. And a nice little bang-bang play as Michael Good goes down to third.
Now batting number 12, Mason Becker.
Well, Mason Becker will step in, the left fielder. He has scored every time up tonight, has singled, and reached on an error to the third baseman. So with 2 outs and a runner at third, Spano will try to close this out. Outside, ball 1. He's at 96 pitcher, but he's still got some good velocity.
He could probably go 120 if they left him out there.
I was going to say.
He might be sore tomorrow.
He doesn't look tired. That's fouled into the screen. 1-1 the count.
You know Bisbano wants to finish this.
Absolutely.
He didn't mind coming out of the bullpen, but he loves a good start, and the opportunity to come out of the pen and pitch. Well, what would it be? 5 2/3, or 5 1/3 out of the pen, and earn the win. He'll want to complete that final third of his line.
Well, here comes the 1-1 offering. Oh, that plunked him in the head. He's okay, but that caught the helmet, and that'll put runners at the corners. You heard the reaction of the crowd. That's the Kingsmen's first hit batter tonight.
The sound of that ball coming off the helmet, honestly sounded harder than some of the contact we've seen off of some bats here tonight.
You're right.
But luckily, partner Becker stays on his feet. He looks just fine. The helmet is there to do the job that it just did.
It did, yes.
And now we've got... as Catawba Valley tries to inch away at reversing that big 6th inning from the Kingsmen, they'll bring up Jericho Johns again.
Well, Johns tonight has struck out, singled, and grounded out. He's 1 for 3. He'll step in now. Aiden delivers pitch number 99, low and away for a ball. Comebacker. Bisbano has it. That's poetic justice. Tosses to first. The game is over. We'll come back and wrap it up. Kingsmen put it in the win column, 15-8 on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. We're back right after this.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rockville Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Well, back at York Comprehensive High School, Stephen Stone with Griffin Leonard. Kingsmen put it in the win column tonight, 15-8, Griff.
Yeah, it's a good one for the Kingsmen. I think Coach Hudak will certainly have his criticisms of tonight. A couple of bad errors in some tough spots to really let Catawba Valley back into the game. I'll have to look up the official line to see how many of those 8 runs that Catawba Valley scored that were actually earned. I know it wasn't them all. Bisbano pitched well after Nick George came in and started the game hot. And the offense came through at big moments as well. 11 hits, 15 runs from it. But, yeah, a total of 7 errors between the two teams. Coach Hudak won't be happy with that. And out of the 8 runs, just 3 of them, only Nick George's were earned. Bisbano had 5 unearned runs in the ballgame.
Right, 15-8, our final score. Bisbano gets the win. And, of course, Connor Shearer, he gets the loss in this one. The game took 2 hours, 48 minutes to play. We hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast. I know you like the outcome of this one. It was a dandy all the way down the wire. The last 2 nights have been cool.
Yep, 2 wins for the Kingsmen. They'll look to go down to Joanna on Saturday and wrap up a perfect week. I'll talk to you then.
We'll be seeing you all then. As a matter of fact, 6:30 first pitch. Griff and I will be on with the pregame at 6:15. Again, our final score tonight, Kingsmen 15, the Catawba Valley Stars 8. For Seth Eves, Griffin Leonard, I'm Stephen Stone from your comprehensive high school. Good night, everyone. We'll see you Saturday.
This has been Kingsman Baseball.
Fly ball center fielder on the run. He can't get to it. That's going to roll to the wall. It'll be extra bases.
Kingsman Baseball has been brought to you by Substation 2, Cherry Road, Rock Hill, across from Winthrop University. Slice, slice, slice. Garden, garden, garden. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. Olive Garden, when you're here, your family. Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Open Happiness. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. And by Chick-fil-A, Cherry Road, Rock Hill.
High fly ball.
Thanks for listening.